Hey everybody, this is Brent back with another edition of Near Mint Musings, and this is the latest installment in my I Appreciate video series. And this is where I just take a step back and talk about what I appreciate about something in the hobby. That could be a player, it could be a set, it could be a fellow YouTuber, it could be one card. Tonight, it's going to be a series of cards, pre-war cards, that really tick the box when it comes to appreciating beautiful vintage cards. The set I'm going to show to you tonight is a tobacco set, and this is the T212 OBAK tobacco set. 426 cards in this set. That's right, you heard me right, 426. It is a very robust set of cards, and one that is extremely tough to complete if you are into set completion. Not the most popular set of cards because it highlights a lot of unknown players. And let me give you an example of what they look like, and I'm just going to throw out some facts about this set. This is a 1910 T212 OBAK, and as you can see at the bottom, this player's name is Osdike, and he played for the Spokane Indians of the Northwestern League. This series is comprised of minor leaguers that played in the Northwestern League and in the Pacific Coast League from 1909 to 1911. What you're going to see mostly in my sets is going to be from 1910 because that was the series that highlighted the teams that I predominantly collect in the Northwest League, and that is Spokane Indians, the Seattle Giants, and the Tacoma Tigers. Being a lifelong Pacific Northwesterner, this set made a lot of sense for me to collect because it has that rich heritage of baseball. I mean, these are 111-year-old cards, and this was the genesis of baseball in the Pacific Northwest. And I'm just super blessed because these are gorgeous cards. Let me show you another one. This is actually from 1910. This is from the PCL, the Pacific Coast League. Now, the Pacific Coast League comprised of 6 teams: the San Francisco Seals, the Los Angeles Angels, the Sacramento Sacks, the Oakland Oaks, and the Vernon Tigers, and the Portland Beavers. Here is a card from the Portland Beavers. And I want to just show you this card for a moment and just enjoy the color and beauty of this card. Truly am blessed to have a set that is geographically meaningful to me, and to have such a rich history of baseball encapsulated in such a beautiful looking set. Some of these cards, I mean, look at the background with the carousel on the right, the windmill on the left. A lot of regular, T206s would have some color in the back, but they wouldn't have the detail, the buildings, even the fence. The backs are unique too. So in 1910, 1909, 1910, and 1911 all had different colors and script in the back. 1910 was different because where it says the instantly popular, there were different sayings, but they all had the blue script on the back. That was from Portland. And let's see, here's another one. This is from Tacoma. I mean, look at this one. Look at that building in the back. And I love the uniforms. The Tacoma just down the middle. This is where I used to live before I moved to the eastern part of Washington State. I live just south of Spokane, but grew up in the Tacoma, Seattle area for most of my life. the Tacoma Tigers. That was actually the minor league team that, until the Mariners became the affiliate of the Mariners, changed their name to the Rainiers. They were the Tigers forever. They were the AAA affiliate for the Oakland A's for many years. So a lot of this heritage, the Spokane Indians, that's still the high A minor league team in Spokane today, is called the Spokane Indians. Here's a back, perfect flavor. You see they have different sayings right there. So these were predominantly minor league teams. So none of these players' names you're going to recognize, with the exception of two. Well, maybe a couple more. A few of these players made it to the major leagues, but really didn't have much of a career. The only ones that are in the set that really have value, as opposed for them making it to the league, is there's a couple of players, and they're not famous because they made it to the majors. Is unfortunately what they were involved with in the majors. It includes a pair of 1919 Chicago Black Sox teammates. Chick Gandil and Buck Weaver are in this set. So they are going to be two of the three highest priced cards in this set, just because of the history they have with the Black Sox. Before I cover up this picture, this is actually a picture of the 1911 Tacoma team. This is the Tacoma Tigers. Some of the players that are in this picture, you're going to see in some cards here in a moment. They may not be with Tacoma because they moved around a lot. I think Shaw, which is right bottom left, I think I have one of him, but as on Seattle. Shea, same thing. Real quick, Higginbotham at the top right. He's a catcher. He was actually Walter Johnson's catcher when Walter Johnson started in the Idaho League in 1907. So that was kind of a fun fact, so that's neat. Before Walter went on to play for the Senators. So I'm going to actually move his camera out just a skosh so we can see a little bit more there. There we go. The other player that I wanted to highlight or talk about that is popular in this set is because of his name. There is a player by the name of 10 Million. That's his real name. He never made it to the major leagues, but his card still sells for a few hundred. I think I saw an SGC3 go for about $700, solely because of his name. He reportedly got his name from either his mother or his grandmother. They just wanted to name him because they thought he would, make it someday, and he'd have a name that would go with his fame. He debuted in 1911 with the Victoria team. I don't have his card. Maybe someday I will. He played with Tacoma in 1912, 1913 and 14. He played for Tacoma, Spokane, ended up in Canada. That's about it for 10 million. So just some beautiful cards. I'm just going to cycle through some more here just to show you just the beauty of these cards. So I'm really blessed to have these in my collection. They aren't a lot of money. So let's talk about that for a second. So if you truly want some history of baseball and you really don't care who the players are, because you're not going to know who any of them are, right? I mean, look at the background of that. Look at that sunset. They're just beautiful cards. These are fantastic to have in your set. This one right here, I mean, obviously it's Warren Creaster on along the front. I think I paid $35 shipped. This is 111 years old, and they're gorgeous. Like I said, blessed that they are from my neck of the woods, so that's a lot of fun. Look at this one, Seattle. Seton. I really, really appreciate these cards. I have a shelf in my office where I cycle these out. It holds about 6 cards, and I'll cycle them out just to look at them. I have about 15 in my collection. I just add them here once in a while. I haven't added for any for a while. Another Seattle card, Miller. The other card, the one card that I am waiting to find and again, some of these cards just don't pop up. There's 426 of them. Is Roger Peckinpah. That might be a name that some of you have heard. He actually went on to play for the Washington Senators, and he is in this set, and I would love to have him. Stevens Tacoma with the very Western Washington looking evergreen trees behind him. Just a couple more here. Coleman Tacoma. I think he was in that picture that I showed of the team. There's a lot of rich history here. And just beautiful cards. I am admittedly not a huge T206 guy. I mean, I love the history, and I have a few. A lot of them are pretty beat up of some Washington Senators. I do not have any Walter Johnsons for obvious reasons. The money that I have spent on Walter Johnson has gone to some other cards besides the T206. But these are just magnificent in their color. And I think they're very unique. So yeah, you can find some of these for relatively, I mean, you can get these for under $100 easy. Some of them you can get for around 50. Kippert, Spokane. Convenient and sensible. Look at this one with the building in the background. Mott, Tacoma. This is probably one of my, I think, my newer ones. I think I got this one a few months ago. Like I said, I don't add them very often. I'm very happy with what I have. Not trying to complete any kind of set. Here's Shea. He was in the Tacoma one I mentioned earlier. This was him in Seattle. I really like this one with the green long shirt. That's really pretty. Speak for themselves. This last one probably spent the most on it. It is a 3.5, so it's one of my higher graded ones. But it's also because of his last name, because, you know, people are mature. So, yeah, this literally cost me more money because of his last name. Apparently people like weed. Always with mouthpieces. So this is the T212 OBAK set. Highly recommend if you are into old, historic, yet beautiful, and in comparison to other tobacco card sets, extremely affordable, and in my opinion, much better looking. So I appreciate you, T212 OBAK set, and I am very blessed to have these cards in my collection. So hopefully you enjoyed this journey into the world of T212 OBAKs. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching as always. Hope you have a good one. Take care and God bless.